Welcome everyone to Totally Online Gaming Group's Twitch channel. We're glad you guys could join us for another of our Blackest Heart D&D 5th edition campaign games. And let's see, tonight, well, as always, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor, Critical Hit Gaming Supplies, which I actually just got back from Dragon Con with them. I was there helping them at their booth. Which was awesome and amazing, and just everyone loved their dice. They've got some amazing high-end dice, and their dice towers that they print and everything. It was a lot of fun. But check them out. I put the link in chat, and if you do and you find something you like and you want to buy it, make sure you use the code TOGG15 TOGG15 at checkout, and you'll get 15% off your purchase. All right, so that's the sponsor spot. We're done with that. Let's see other announcements. Unfortunately, Rogar will not be here tonight. He is not feeling too well. So, fingers crossed he starts feeling better soon. We want everyone to be nice and healthy. So, hopefully, that'll turn around soon. Also, both Jacob and Rasmuth will be late. They've got things going on in life, and you know what? Life happens. So they will be late, but they should be here maybe within like half an hour, 45 minutes. Who knows? We'll see. But that's okay because we've got Eurydice and Diana, and they have some plans that they wanted to do this evening. So we are going to focus on them. But before we get to that, we are going to go ahead and, well, I guess that's it. That's about all for announcements, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Well, I will say in Rogar's stead, check out Absolute 20 Pod, another D&D podcast and live stream. They're awesome. They're really cool. So go give them a look. And other thing, if you're going to be down in Miami this weekend, check out SuperCon. Stop by the Critical Hit Gaming Supplies booth there. I will be there for that as well. But we're pretty much back to our normal schedule. I may not be able to do the collaborative build live stream tomorrow night. We'll see. In fact, actually, no, Klein won't be able to be there, and he's going to be the one who has to stream it because I won't be able to handle it streaming on my crappy work laptop out of the hotel room. So no collab build stream tomorrow night. But once I get back after this weekend, things will be back to normal full schedule. Plus, there is, hopefully. Plus, there is also some really cool things that are coming down the pipe. I've been putting out some new videos on the YouTube channel. Go check them out. And I think that is finally officially it for announcements. Unless anybody's got anything else. Nope. Okay, well, in that case, without further ado, we bring you The Blackest Heart. All right, and we are back. So, where we last left off, Rasmuth and Jacob had made a little trip over to Rasmuth's hometown, thanks to Jacob finally figuring out how teleportation magic works. And they went to take Galar with them, as well as Galar's little entourage, and stopped by Rasmuth's family home to inform his brother Frody about what they had found, what information they had found that Frody had left for them in the prison cell in the Shifter Kingdom castle, as well as other things that they had discovered.
Really, sir?
Yes.
Did you have to sit right on my mouse?
Meow or woof.
It's a Mr. Cooper.
Ah.
It's a Mr. Boofer boy.
Woof woofs. Like the woof woofs.
Really, Cooper?
But
Yes,
they
sir. Can I help you?
they went and talked to Frody, and it was quite an interesting family reunion between the two. Most of which had Jacob kind of scratching his head and going, "Is this how dwarves behave? I don't really know."
He also had the giant problem of realization of how rich Rasmuth is.
Yeah, they're a little bit wealthy. They kind
Just
of
a little.
they kind of
They just couldn't
basically
do
own
it.
the entire city. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much their city. Yeah, but that was what they did. And also back at the castle, Rogar and Diana. And Eurydice, I can't remember if you
He was
had
there.
gone. If yeah,
I
you
was
went
there
in there
too.
too.
Yeah, she carried me there.
That's right. That's
I
right.
carried Diana there.
That's right. Because you're still in fox form.
I am still a fox, so at least I
They-
can talk as a fox now.
Rogar started off the interrogation of Lady Redstone, attempting to try to find out her side of the story, and surprisingly, she didn't seem to be as evil as they had made her in their mind.
Hey.
And in fact,
Scared me.
oh, we have a new arrival. We do.
Him digging into the chat
Yes.
was like, oh dear God, noise.
Exactly.
We have a new arrival, and once I fix his cam, we will be all set with him. Yoink.
So what I'm thinking to make this go smoothly, because I have no idea when the fuck he's gonna get here, because they're just now leaving the barn and it's traffic our time.
Oh yeah.
So
Jacob,
That's
you can
fair.
have popped back to the Shifter Kingdom.
Okay.
You do have teleport, and you guys were there a while, and obviously, you can pop back again as needed.
what I was gonna say is I know Eurydice wanted to talk to Diana.
Yes.
The only problem she's gonna run into is Diana can only talk to people for 1 hour.
Yep.
Most of that hour was used talking to Redstone.
Yes.
So by
I'd
the
say
time
you still
Eurydice
have
gets-
about 15 minutes.
give or take.
Yeah.
So I was thinking Diana and Eurydice could talk after she sleeps off the last couple of
Yeah,
days.
you're gonna see.
Granted, she will be waking up because I still need to talk to Verain
Yep.
before Jacob got there.
Okay.
Because she would have talked to her as Rogar, Diana, and Shelby had left,
Mm-hmm.
but we had cut it there, so I didn't get a chance to do anything.
Okay.
But
Well,
you make such a
one
mess.
one thing we can do for sure, and hold on, let me just do this. There
My
we go.
hair's so purple.
One
I keep
thing
forgetting.
we can do for sure is during the time that Diana is sleeping it off.
still
I
need to
imagine
try
you probably are counting all of the stuff that you found there, Eurydice, all of those coins, those gold and silver
yeah.
coins.
Eurydice is, despite thoroughly checking the master bedroom, she's still convinced that there is a booby trap in there, and she's still canvassing that place,
Okay.
that one bedroom.
That's
Okay.
fair.
And as you are kind of going through things and all that, I'm going to actually have you make a perception check on this.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Yeah, there's a
You have a 28 and you can't find it?
Yeah, I've got a 28 passive.
I have a 27 now. I'm so happy because I finally have my fucking ears.
My 28 not pass it?
No.
Oh my
Which means
god.
you need like a 30 or something.
Oh no. Mhm, 30.
I believe in you. Nice!
Okay. 30.
28.
As you are digging around, looking just every little nook and cranny you find yourself kind of leaning on one elbow and, knee to the ground with your head to the ground, looking under that massive bed.
Uh-huh.
And there's just enough light coming, in the room that's actually made its way under the bed.
And with my
And with your
300
dark
foot
vision. Yep. But just enough that you can barely see. It looks like kind of tucked up under the sideboard and like built into the mattress. There's just this line that kind of comes out in a rectangular shape.
Fan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just talking to you.
It's just a rectangular shape. It's like the bottom of a small box, somehow like built into the sideboard and the mattress itself in such a way that if it weren't for your dark vision and how thoroughly you were checking, there's no way anyone would find this thing unless they knew it existed there.
Weird question.
7.
When Diana actually does go and sleep and whatnot now, would she be in the Queen's chambers now?
Well, Eurydice wouldn't have let her in there until she's thoroughly.
Okay, that's fair.
That it's not booby trap.
Yeah, if Eurydice went no, Diana has no power to fight back.
Yeah.
All trace of the Queen has been removed.
Yeah, you might want to burn that bed.
Yeah. Eurydice is having a new bed made for you.
The hole.
She's going to personally make sure that it is newly furnished in there.
So, what do you do?
Eurydice touches the mark. She's curious.
Okay, so you try to touch the line.
Yep.
Okay. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
There might be a booby trap. I'ma touch it.
Dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Too much.
21.
21. Okay. As you push it, it pops out and it almost slams into your hand. But you kind of move your hand out of the way. And you see it now is hanging below the sideboard just a little bit. And it looks like kind of like a box. Like it's a weird shape. The lid of the box is like facing towards you and would open from top to bottom, like hinges on the bottom. So it'd like open that way. But it's about 18 inches long, about 3 to 4 inches deep, and between the sideboard and the floor, it almost touches the floor. So if you hadn't moved your hand out enough, it would have kind of squished your hand between it and the floor, and that probably wouldn't have felt too good. But it's probably a good 4 inches tall. And it seems like there's a little key lock, like just a little keyhole.
Eurydice takes out her infiltrator's key and she smiles dubiously, just like, ha 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 ha, and she goes to unlock it.
Okay. Roll your lockpicking skill with advantage, thanks to infiltrator's key.
Meanwhile, Diana's downstairs talking to Rain. Okay, look, I know. Nice.
What'd you get?
26.
26. Okay. Easily pop it open. And as that lid kind of flops open, you see in there this long cylindrical ivory looking thing that when you look at it for a second, you go, oh, and then your eyebrows go and you, oh, ew. And
I want to know.
Did my mother have an ivory dildo?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Oh god! This is what you get for snooping.
Yes, it is. Eurydice is going to
burn everything.
Sadly though, here's the thing: can she distinguish how much ivory that's worth?
I don't care.
You're not there, so if you want to figure it out, then you'll have to find out that it exists.
Technically, use it for spells.
I don't care.
Okay, here's the thing though: is it actually that?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, Eurydice is gonna sacred flame this. She's just like, no.
Okay.
The whole bed on fire. She's
Okay.
out.
Okay.
Oh god. Please don't light the entire bed on fire.
No, I'm getting you guys a new bed set. I'm getting you a whole new furniture set for this
Okay.
room.
So, as you cast Sacred Flame and basically direct target right at the box, it catches fire.
Good.
And
She's
the
still
bed
under the
begins.
bed.
Well, she was kind of on her on her side looking under it and, you know, would have moved.
Like, I would have just gone, like, pew! And
Yeah.
No, I'm just picturing Eurydice because of how impulsive she can be, laying under the bed and going, "Oh God!" and just shooting off sacred flame, forgetting she's still
under the bed. Yeah. Well, as you do shoot off sacred flame, the box catches fire, the sideboard catches fire, the sheets are catching fire, the entire bed starts catching fire. This is getting big. This bed is huge. This fire is getting really big, really quick. What are you gonna do?
Fuck.
Not quite yet, they wouldn't. I mean, this has been literally seconds.
Can I use thaumaturgy to put out the flames?
Technically.
Well, let me just see here exactly how big these are.
You said it's a king-size bed, right?
It's bigger than that. It is a custom
like
bed. This thing is like...
Like an Alaskan king?
No, this is more like 4 Alaskan kings put together.
Why?
Jesus.
Because she's an egotistical, crazy bitch.
That's fair.
We're compensating for something.
Mm-hmm.
Her sanity?
Yes.
Look, it explains much you to the ivory.
Yeah, you can cause the flames. You can cause the flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color for a minute.
Damn it.
So you could have like purple flames eating up this bed.
Ooh, delightful.
Delightful.
Um.
Man, if only you were a druid.
Right.
Or anyone who could cast create water or something like that.
Or control.
Control flames.
I have no. That's continual flame. I can't.
If you burn down my castle, I swear to God.
Not to. I swear to God.
I will have my mom have my aunt beat your ass.
Yeah. Eurydice is gonna scream, we need help, I have a fire in here, and...
I did an oops!
I did an oops.
I did an oops. I love it. I did... No!
Shit. And this is what you do. Eurydice is fucked up. God, I don't have anything. I don't have it.
You do yell though, right?
Yes, I do yell. I use thaumaturgy to make my voice louder enough for like people to know that this is a problem.
All right, hold on. I just need to see who hears you.
I'm finding any water I can in this room and just trying to douse this thing.
Okay, you would know because you've been searching the hell out of this room. There is a giant bathtub in kind of that walled off bathroom chamber.
Next to the broken mirrors.
Yes, and it is, I mean, it's full of water, and it looks like it's one of those things where they'll change out the water every so often and have fresh water in there so that all that needs to be done is basically...
Like a Roman bath?
Yeah, kind of like light the wood that's underneath to heat it. And then after she uses it, you know, they put the fire out, they change out the water so that it's ready whenever she wants to take a bath. So, you know, like, you saw the water. It was clean, as far as you could tell.
Okay, yeah. Eurydice is gonna, try and... She doesn't want it to spread, so she's gonna, like, try and get as much water around the fire, like, dampen everything around outside the proximity of the fire first, and then try and douse the fire.
Okay, well, let me see here. Alright, so... Distance between El Ginormous Bed...
Yeah, I was going to say, I would like to point out, if the bed is that ginormous, there was no feasible way you could have gotten out from under it that fast.
Well, she wasn't really under it. She was, like, laying next to it where the sideboard is. Okay, so she's, like, right next to the bed looking underneath.
I had the comprehensive skills to realize the bed was this big, I would have made a fort underneath there first.
I feel like if you had the understanding of how big this bed was, you wouldn't have lit it on fire.
Probably.
And your movement is 30, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Eurydice is screaming
So-
the entire time, and anyone who comes in, she's telling, get water around that so it doesn't spread.
Okay, so with your movement, with your movement, I will say that
I'm running the entire time.
yeah, with your movement and how far the bathtub is from the bed, I would say you can basically using your full movement, action and bonus action, you can once per round, you could basically get a bucket of water, scoop a bucket of water out of the tub, get back and douse a portion of the bed. But only a bucket worth.
A good idea though. Like if you do put water around
yeah.
the rimming
Oh,
where
no.
you would have the fire, it would actually prevent it from spreading to other furniture.
I agree. Well, she was like trying to douse the bed itself, like around where the fire is, so that it didn't even catch the bed.
Around where the fire started, I'm going to douse the proximity so it doesn't catch anything else.
Good plan.
Yes.
So, all right. So, your first round, you're yelling and you are throwing water, and I am gonna say it will take that many rounds to put it out, and it is going to grow in size that much each round. Okay. All right, so King Rogar, fire! So as you are yelling, the first round goes by, the fire is growing. You do get a bucket and you douse a portion. And so the fire does not start spreading in that direction of where you threw that water. The second round, Eurydice is fairly smart, so you try and come at another angle to try to cut it off at another spot. The fire is still growing in the area that it has been catching and everything, but you again kind of cut it off in another section. The third round, again from another angle you come, but it's still growing in what's available, and it's harder now to get around it because it is getting quite large. And at the beginning of the fourth round, you finally see some guards like run in. Some of the I guess you wouldn't really call them guards, maybe like former guards, ones that used to be guards, but they weren't the queen's, personal guard. These were actual city guards, or used to be city guards until they were thrown into the jail. So those.
Now they're promoted.
Yeah, now they're promoted back to their normal jobs. But you see 3 of them run up there. One of them you recognize. It's Tamir.
Oh, good.
Hey.
And and he looks, and you see when you glance over and see them come in, and he sees you and he sees the fire, his eyes just go really, really wide, and he looks at you, and he kind of shakes his head, and he immediately runs for the bathtub area, bringing the other 2 with him.
Oh, good.
By now, 4th round, you have gotten 3 whole, sides of the fire doused enough that it doesn't seem to be growing in that direction. However, it is catching on it is a canopy bed, and it is now catching the drapes that are coming off the canopy on that side.
Is my local druid Cole coming up anytime soon? Because I just checked his spells. He's got control flame.
Well, let's just see here. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Okay.
Please.
So.
Please.
Okay.
No.
So they attempt to help you, and as the 4th round ends, like I said, you've got the 3 sides kind of soaked enough, and they manage to help you as the 5th round comes and goes. it's not getting any larger, but you're not making any progress. It's still burning. It's still burning the bed, but it doesn't seem to be getting any bigger than it is, which is probably about the size, I'd say like a cow. If you had an entire cow on fire, that's what's currently burning.
Yep.
And that's the 5th round. The 6th round comes in again. Not much headway, but it's not getting too much larger. It's actually starting to run out of stuff to burn in the area that you've kind of contained it to. It's still going, but it's like the fuel sources are starting to be eaten away.
Okay.
By the beginning of the 7th round, you hear, "Oh shit!" And you see Lee.
Oh shit.
Cole.
Yay!
Orion.
Ew. Oh wait, I like him.
Those 3 managed to come up the stairs, and I mean they're on the other side of the room, so
yeah,
it's gonna take them another round to get there.
She's just shouting, "I fucked up. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry."
Okay, and they finally, after that, Cole gets there. Lee and Orion actually managed to make things a little working smarter, not harder. And instead of the back and forth, he gets Tamir and the other 2 guards and Lee, and then you at the end of the chain, and makes it like a bucket brigade. So it's like boom, 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 passing back and forth the buckets as they're going, which is much more efficient. And at the same time, Cole just kind of looks at you guys and goes, "Ah, jeez," and he starts casting Control Flame.
Nice.
You're all idiots.
And after a couple of rounds of kind of working together,
I know.
After
I'm talking as like Cole. It's you're all idiots.
After a couple rounds of working together, you finally get the flame out, and about a quarter of this bed is just a charred mess. And there is water all over the floor. Everything smells like burnt wood and smoke and fabric. And, there's a bunch of smoke that's kind of still trapped up in the ceiling, eventually finding pathway to leak out. And it reeks.
Eurydice is going to turn to the dude, Tamir, whatever. She's going to be like, "Do you know any people who would be happy to remodel this room, furniture included?"
I suppose. I'll look around.
Thank you.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't be casting those spells in here.
Yeah.
Question.
I panicked.
Has any guard come to Diana to let her know, "Hey, there was a fire in your castle"?
Technically, it has literally only been a minute. I mean, everything happened. It has been 1 minute.
You're burning. I just got my castle back, Eurydice, and you're already burning it down.
Yeah, Eurydice would have gone to Diana to break that news to her. She's like, "Yeah, I may have accidentally set your castle on fire. We got it. It's all under control now. We're getting that bedroom all sorted. It's gonna get all new furniture, all new, whole new look, new smell."
Did this happen the same day we talked to Redstone?
Yeah.
Diana's, who can't talk now because she used her hour, is just sitting there as a fox with the most disturbed look on her face, and her paws sitting on her back ones are just like, "Why?" And she's clearly, I just got the castle back.
Okay, I understand that, but I panicked. I found something of your mother's that disturbed me greatly, and it needed to be burned, and the whole room needed to be burned, frankly. So I expedited the process.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going with that. You're not changing. I always planned to do this. Thank you very much. Not necessarily burn it out, but replace everything in there. Huh?
We've talked about this!
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I can't hear you, I'm blind. Wait.
No more! Sparky, Sparky, boom!
Oh.
Alright,
Jacob
so...
arrives in a sparky, sparky boom fashion.
Yes, actually,
Haboo.
this is about when you do. This is about when you
I was
do.
gonna say, can we backpedal just a tiny bit so I can talk to Verain while she's lighting my mother's room on fire?
Yeah. Well, while all that is happening...
Because I would have still had my 15 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, while all that is happening, you go ahead and you go talk to Verain. And,
So, yeah, as we step out after talking to Redstone, Diana's gonna turn to Verain and be like, I know you're not technically under my employment. And I know I don't really have any room to ask anything more of you. But I do have one more request.
And that is?
So you know my husband, Jacob?
Yes.
He does not know that Redstone is on our side now. And because she's the one who hired you guys to kidnap me and caused a multitude of problems there after the fact, when he gets back, he's probably gonna want to kill her. So...
I could see how he would feel that way.
So I'm asking, do not let anyone down there, unless they are with me, to speak to Redstone. That includes him.
I suppose. I will do my best.
Because
But
I need to talk to him first, before he goes shooty on the lady.
I will do my best, but I will
And
not.
if
I
he
will not
gets
use
here-
force to subdue him.
You can knock him out? But putting that aside, when he does get here, make it very, very clear to him that I am the one who is putting it in place, that no one speaks to her unless they speak to me first. Regardless if it's even him. Because specifically, I need to explain something to him first.
I see. Yes, this is something I can do.
Thank you, and if he
however,
forces
after
his way
this,
past you, come get me.
after this, however, I will need to get going. I have other business that myself and the remaining seekers must attend to.
Understandable. Like I said, if he forces his way past you, please come get me immediately.
She nods.
And Diana will then go to her room and just kind of sit there for a moment, because on the way back to the room she would have lost the last bit of her speech.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, that brief moment of, is my magic even strong enough to knock him out? Just like, honest to God, having to think that over, because she has her sleep spell. But is it strong enough to make him unconscious?
You've never tried.
Yeah, she's never tried, hence why she's like, I have powerful magic. I have very powerful, untrained magic.
Alright, so, while you go back and you're having those thoughts, about 20 minutes later is when Eurydice comes and finds you and explains to you, even though you can't talk to her, what happened. And right about that time, after you've kind of like, geez, you know, this, at least it's out, fire's out. Jacob, you teleport yourself back to the castle, into the main corridor.
It would have to be the next morning, I think, because of his spell slot.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Okay. Yeah, because you don't have that spell slot. That is true.
Nope, not yet.
All right. And you were about to interject something there, Ulysses?
Oh, I was just gonna say, if he appeared right then and there, like after the conversation, it just like would have been hilarious if he appeared in like the magician smoke with the sparks, like if he was like doing the fake teleportation thing that Joe magicians do.
Poof.
Will say though, he did pass out pretty early on that night.
Mm-hmm.
So he is going to be up really early.
And that is perfectly fine. And we'll say that after the fire fiasco, Eurydice, you did eventually manage to, in your searching and everything, you counted through all of the coins and everything, and with the help of some of the dumbasses, tried to do a little bit of appraisal on the jewelry, the boxes of different sets of jewelry that were there. And based on your count and your estimation, you figure that it's about 17,323 gold worth of jewelry, gold, and silver.
I'm sorry, how much?
17,323.
I apologize, but I hope you realize Diana is probably going to use all of that to put it back into the kingdom.
Oh no, I get that. I just want to write down the number.
That's fair.
You said 17,300
and 23.
Okay.
And that's what you found in the chests that were in Redstone's chambers.
I currently have.
Yeah. That's what you found in the chests that were in Redstone's chambers, basically.
That's about how much I have on me.
Do you mean
because I have 550 platinum, 9,000 gold, and various silver and copper.
Did you mean the chest in the Queen's chamber, or
the Queen's chamber?
Okay.
Yeah, I said Redstone. The Queen's chamber, in Crystal's chamber.
It's a little less than double of mine.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it goes to show where Diana's, money hoarding comes from. Apparently.
Yeah. All right, and so the very next morning.
And the Jacob's like, no, my money.
Early in the morning. At what exact time, Jacob? Since you would know.
Jacob would know. Early in the morning. Let's see. Yesterday was pretty crazy.
Oh, here's a question I have for you. Because of how far away across the water my kingdom is, are we in different kinds of, a time zone?
Perhaps.
What would be morning where Stonehaven is probably already, mid-ish afternoon because of how the time would have, transitioned.
Not quite that late. Not quite that late.
The reason I ask is because
it's not quite that
months worth across sea is like going from America to England.
Yeah, but
They're that far.
you also went north, mostly, which would be in the same time zone.
Yeah, it's essentially going from Florida to England.
Right.
Because of how long that travel
right.
is.
But what I'm saying is, if I went from Florida to New York, I'm still in the same fucking time zone because I went north, south, and north.
Yeah, but that doesn't take months of travel on sea.
It's still. My point is, north-south. North-south is the time zone.
I'm spark an argument. I'm just because of how far of a distance it is.
Right.
Is there technically a different time zone
issue? No, here's the thing. Time zones are different when it goes east to west, not north and south.
That's what I'm trying to say. I could take a boat from the tip of South America.
Is because Stonehaven is southwest, and I'm directly north.
Right. The north and south direction does not matter one diff. It's just east to west. It's just east to west.
Midday, it'd be maybe if anything, an hour.
Well, what is
kind of
what?
How it is
that's what I was about. Yes, that's what I'm about to say. What time did you leave in the morning, Jacob?
Jacob would have gotten up bright and early.
I don't mean to ask complicated questions, I swear.
It's not that complicated.
Being from the South Cut and probably weird calculations in terms of where things are located, probably around 5:30 in the morning.
So 5:30 Stonehaven time.
Sure.
Okay. So you arrive at
SHT.
Yeah, SHT. Shit. Yes, shit time.
In time. God damn it. Yeah,
So,
it would be shit time.
It would be shit time. Then you arrive at when you kind of take a glance up, since you arrive in the courtyard, and you kind of look up, and you look around and you see where the position of the sun is. You realize you are at about 7:30 SKT, Shifter Kingdom time, or SKIT.
Shit and skit.
Shit and skit.
So
about 2-hour time
My
difference.
entire life is just a play.
Yes.
It's just one skit.
It's just one shit skit. So.
One shitty skit.
So, double quick question. Could I specify a spot if I have an item from that specified spot?
Not really an item so much as if you know that spot in particular.
Oh, it was going to be the bedroom that he took the curtain sheet from.
Which one did you do that? In the Queen's?
I think it was mine, actually.
Or was it
the one that Diana was sleeping in?
Okay, Diana's okay. Which, by the way, Diana, you kind of used about 5 minutes of your speech, I would assume, to direct some of the people to help you kind of clean up a little bit of that room, because that room was just trashed and in neglect. Like some crazy woman had gone through and just like broken all the furniture and trashed everything and just left it to
childhood chambers.
Yeah, and just left it to
Who
be
would do such a
with
thing?
cobwebs and everything, and basically just lock the door and let it be, kind of like a room in a horror movie. So they
would
cleaned it
do
up a
such a
little
thing?
bit, but it's still pretty I mean, they made it
Yeah.
livable enough for you for the time being.
Someone cut a hole in the curtain. That's so... Who
Yeah.
would ever do that?
You know what I find funny, though?
Mhm.
What you could have used to teleport back? You could have just used your fucking wedding sash.
Is the sash specifically from there?
It's from mine, which
Yeah. Well, the
is
thing
known
is,
to me.
though, you can't teleport directly to a person. You can only direct
teleport
to a
specified
place.
I mean, it technically has my family crest on it.
Doesn't matter. You can't teleport. That's a thing. You can teleport to a place, not a person,
Yeah, but
not a
doesn't the
thing.
thing have to be... Yeah, the object has to be from the place.
You don't even.
Crescent.
It's to make it simple. Okay, teleportation works like this. Period. Mechanics wise, you can teleport from one place to another place. Period.
Mhm.
If you know the place that you are going to, okay, there's different levels of know it. You know it intimately. You grew up there. You know that room like your back of your hand. Or it's the same room in an inn that you've stayed in for a week. Or it's, maybe I've been in that place once or twice and seen it. Or I've only heard it described. Or someone told me it existed. There's different levels of knowing it. Based on how
One
much
time
you
we
know
did
it.
level 21 shot and Spoon
Yeah.
teleported everyone to the place,
Yeah.
and it was described.
Yeah, and
that-
it's all, and the accuracy of how well you get to that place and whether or not you miss is based on how well you know it. Having something from that place just helps you move up the list a little bit. That's all it is. So hopefully that clears it up. All right.
Yeah, that kind of also helps with it. An associated object means that you possess an object taken from the desired destination within the last 6 months. So unless you've had that sash, and it was only within that 6 months that you've had that sash with the family crest on it.
It was slightly prior, yeah, because the trip across the boat alone was like 4.
Or even then, you didn't get the family crest 6 months.
No, that's you're right. That's not on the golden sash. That's on my waist sash.
Yes, and even then, that's older too.
Yeah, my bad.
No, unless it was within 6 months.
Just curtain works.
I mean, technically, I could have taken the ivory, but
No.
I could use it as a spell component. Oh my god.
That's what I was saying. If it was like a certain amount of ivory worth X amount of gold, I could have used it for my legend lore shit.
Okay.
I don't think you'd want any legend or lore of what or where that's been. Just no.
No. It's not that like using it in the spell about that specific item.
I know.
I have to use a certain amount of ivory pieces worth a certain amount of gold.
Identify on the ivory.
I'm glad I burned it.
Yeah, it's torched. It's torched. It's in a better place, and so are you.
Even if that thing did survive, Eurydice would have like somehow gotten it somewhere and just burned it even further and then blow it up.
I would just say, Jacob. What? Come here. What? Mage hand that.
Exactly.
Nobody touch it. Just mage hand it.
I mean, I don't have it, but sure, I'll just.
No, don't.
Okay, now burn your hand off.
Yeah, burn your hand off. You don't need that hand anymore.
All right, so it is the next morning. It is about 7:30 in the morning, Shifter Kingdom time. And Jacob, you find yourself in the bedroom that you took that piece of curtain from. And you see the fox form of Diana curled up on the bed, sleeping soundly.
All right.
I think we have a Nick back, too.
I think we do. He'll show up.
He'll show up.
He'll kind of go over and just kind of give a little scratch atop the head.
Okay.
Because of how things have been going as of late, I'm, as the character, gonna go on a limb and say the scratch is waking me up because last time Eurydice lit a bed on fire.
That's fine. I'll say you do.
So
you do wake up.
So she kind of just like jerks and goes,
Hello.
And like immediately the most angry and disappointed look appears on her face as she just stares at him.
Well, fine. I'll just go away again if you don't want me here that badly.
Triggering the speech.
Okay.
We need to talk.
Ooh, that's never good.
One, you could have left a note.
I left a
or told someone where you were going.
I literally did.
Just poofing.
I did tell people.
Where? When? Who?
He literally gave information to both Razmith and to Razmith's sister.
Alar.
You mean the two people who went with you?
Yes. And then he was in a public space where everyone else could see him teleport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one told me anything, and you left no notes.
Yeah, all of the dumbasses could have been standing there watching you. They really wouldn't have cared. They wouldn't have known to tell anyone.
Secondly, we have a new ally.
Okay.
Redstone is working with us, and she's dropped the charges. Myself, Eurydice, and Rogar yesterday went down to speak with her. She did not know of and was not aware of everything that my mother has and was doing. She was also not aware of why we took the knuckle bones, why they would need to be taken in the first place by the church, or why the church wouldn't have just asked her for them. So, the charges are dropped.
Mm-hmm.
She's honestly just a giant fucking history nerd. She's not collecting anything for the sake of discovering where things are or working with the past. She just likes history. She just likes studying things, which sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
We were also all in a zone of truth. Everything she told me is the truth.
Okay.
So, she is a guest, and she is an ally.
I'm going to speak to her.
I would like to be there with you because, no offense, Jacob, I also know how protective you are and what you're capable of.
If you cannot trust me to talk to a guest, we have much bigger issues.
I also know the resentment you have towards her.
I would like to talk to her.
And you promise me it is just talking, not
promise.
interrogating?
Yes. Promise I'm not going to interrogate. I can't really do that well.
No,
you
but
know
you have powerful magic that I know you know how to use creatively. Mr. Teleports randomly via owls. Oh yeah, and Eurydice almost burned our castle down yesterday.
That's news.
Are you really that surprised?
No. I mean, sure it is. I mean, I'm not surprised that something didn't break or got stabbed in the middle of our sleep.
Yeah, she was snooping through Crystal's room and lit the bed on fire.
Oh, did you find anything interesting?
She found something.
I never told you what I found.
I'm just assuming during the random at some point, like Diana just sitting there as a fox, just nodding her head as she listens, like, okay. Uh-huh. I can't respond, but this is weird. She's like, oh yeah, she found something that we don't need to discuss.
I'm gonna leave that at that statement.
Yep, just leave it there.
Because as much as I'm curious, I don't want to know.
I do have to take you down there. I gave Verain very strict orders that no one is to speak to Redstone without my approval or knowledge. So if I walk you down there, it'll be fine.
Okay. You're not allowed to snoop.
And she'll like do an offended paw on her chest, like, when have I ever snooped?
I'm sorry, I am just picturing this little fox kind of like sitting on its haunches with one paw on the ground and the other paw up on its chest with its head cocked to the side, just, excuse me!
Pretty much.
Listen. I pick you up. Well, I guess you are a little bit bigger, but for fox, you're not. Listen.
And it's just one of her back paws just stretches all the way out and pushes against his face. No, you are listening. I am walking you down there, and I am offended that you would ever consider me snooping.
You listen into a lot of things. It is what these are for.
Stop poking my ears. And it's not my fault. I have naturally good hearing, okay? Does not mean I purposely go snooping. I just happen to hear things within my vicinity.
Jacob's gonna do the thing where you just let go and catch her again.
Yep.
And then just lift her back up.
To which you are getting another paw to your face, but this time to your nose. And harder. Not that she can do much damage, but just Beanos to the face.
So, do you want to walk yourself, or do I need to carry you? What do you want to do? I technically walk a little faster than you.
I was supposed to say, I don't really feel like walking.
Okay.
When you woke,
like,
when you touched me, I thought Eurydice lit something on fire again.
That's a fair.
So my brain kind of went into immediate awake mode. My body, not so much.
Gotcha. Sorry that I'm not as exciting as, setting things on fire. And he's going to put her, kind of layer across again, kind of like a scarf. Just the
Plump.
Alright.
Where's Rim?
Teleporting's weird.
How have you been able to see me?
No, Rim would be there as well.
So is Rim just like standing on my ass at this point?
Maybe it would be. He moved down to the arm.
Redstone is aware of impending doom of some kind. She's going to help us with the tablets, as well as gaining information and supplies, possibly, if we need it.
Well, why do we need help with the tablets?
Because I think there's more than just the ones we've seen.
No, I'm almost positive of that, but I mean, I know what those tablets say. Like, I can read and speak that language.
And she can find them.
Yes. But I have more questions to ask. More than just that.
Also, part of her helping us is you would help her translate the tablets, I think. Not because she cares about what's on it, she just wants to know what it is. And because she's a giant history nerd who has way too much money to collect things, I think she can help you find things about your little secret organization.
This is true. But
Meaning,
again, I have questions.
play nice.
I wasn't not going to play nice. Jeez, you have literally no trust in me.
When it comes to having to speak to someone that you wanted to immediately kill prior to you poofing, can you blame me?
Well, I didn't immediately kill them. I put them into a mental prison. Was never meant to kill unless she stepped foot out of it, and that's then their own fault. So,
Jacob,
yes.
you get my point.
I'm just rebuttaling your point. I wasn't intending to kill. Intending to stop him from leaving. Anyways, let's go.
Alright, you guys make your way down there. And sure enough, Varain is there. And
yes, Varain, I have all of the knowledge. Here's what, my security pass? I don't...
And she looks at Diana and she says, "Very well. He's obviously now."
It is actually me, Varain.
Yeah.
It's not just a random fox.
It seems
I wouldn't even know where to find one.
It seems he has been informed.
We literally live in the mountains surrounded by forest.
I'm not gonna spend the time to look for one.
So, have I met your request for your favor now?
I have, and thank you.
And
I understand. One last favor. Can you just... She can't really... Well, she's still tired. Body's not awake. Can you just hold her a good distance away?
Can Diana give Varain a look that clearly says, "Yeah, you can take me, but don't move"?
I will cast silence on this door. Don't make me.
And as you guys are saying these things, kind of back and forth to each other and giving looks, she's kind of looking back and forth between you two for just a moment. She's like, "We do really need to get going, so I'm
I completely understand, Varain, so if you need to head out, I understand.
Thank you." And
I
she
win.
she looks at the both of you, and looks at you, Jacob, and says, "Good luck with all you do, and to you, good luck with your kingdom."
Thank you.
And she turns and leaves that area. You assume to probably go grab the remaining members of the Seekers and then leave.
She's just
but
gonna turn and look at Jacob.
but before she gets too far away, she stops for a second and turns around, and she kind of looks back over at you guys and says, "Oh, and if you wouldn't mind, please tell your paladin friend that I look forward to crossing paths with him again in the future."
And I know Christian's gonna be mad at me when I do this, but Diana's literally gonna look at Verain and go, "You know he's engaged, right?"
Interesting.
And I think I think he also has a thing with the half-orc bard that you saw.
There's a lot of weird
And
things.
yeah,
There's
her
a
eyebrow
lot going on with that guy.
her eyebrow raises a bit, and she goes,
Oh no.
"Good to know." And
Like, does a little, like, tiny nub just like she's trying to learn how to do it.
Jacob, being the ever so cut bro that he is,
wingmans.
just it's more preparing you for, I guess, the competition. I don't know at this point. Anyway, you take care.
And she kind of nods again to you as well, Diana, and then she does actually turn the corner and
Hopefully
is
you
out of
don't
sight.
put me through on a spike again.
You don't hear anything.
So,
I'm seeing one and talking to someone. From the depths of his sickness, we still hear from Rogar. Alright, so she is now gone.
alright. Jake will then take Diana off the
Diana's
shoulders.
just, her claws are gonna sink into the front of his robes a bit.
He will take off the robes.
Not the outer robes, like his robes.
He will take off the robes.
So you're going shirtless?
If this is how you want me to go and speak to this person, I will.
I also would like to know what's going on. You have been keeping way too many secrets from me.
I will tell you when I'm done. Please. If you literally didn't trust me to go in and talk to this person because you thought I was going to kill her. And now that I'm on your side of like, yes, I want to go talk to her, and you still don't trust me.
You are also keeping an entire organizational plan to create a secret society from me. Until you thought I might need to know.
I waited until after this because this was very stressful.
You also still should have told me.
Would you have rather known, in the midst of you panicking about nearly losing your life?
Yes. Because at least then I know where you would have gone after the fact if I lost my life.
The only thing I would have done after you have lost your life was go back, kill one person, and die. So.
We need to have a different conversation, apparently.
No, it's fine. We can talk about it later.
No, this is not.
I am going to have my conversation. You can sit out here or you can leave. I leave it up to how much you trust me. And he will turn and walk into the room. If there is a door, he will attempt to close it.
Please make a roll to see if he actually closes it.
Well, I mean, it just
Here's
depends.
the thing,
Does
though.
Diana try to prevent it from closing? If not, he just closes the door. I mean, it's just a door.
but it would be...
No, and besides, if I really, really want to, I could possibly make the roll needed to be able to hear them.
Yeah. It would be funny if he accidentally, like, he didn't close the door all the way.
However, the problem Jacob's gonna run into is she really wasn't being facetious. She's still exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
So she will just be, like, flopped on the ground against the door, and just her paws are kind of, like, sticking through, but he can tell it's not because she's trying to get in. She's fucking tired and can't walk too much. So she's just flopped there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, how long do I expect this conversation to last? Yeah, that could do.
I would subtly remind you that if you silence her within that vicinity and she realizes it, her PTSD will flare up.
Yes, because he has silence prepared. I don't even have that as a spell.
He doesn't know that!
I know. No, he's gonna cast Flock of Familiars.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna summon... No, not that one. As
Not Kyle?
funny as that would be.
Not Kyle?
No, not
Oh.
Kyle.
Damn.
He'll summon the first appearance of his grandkid.
Okay.
They're
Oh, are you summoning Corinne?
a small little, almost baby-like barn owl.
He's summoning Corinne.
Will now sit. And Jacob's little off of his finger. Alright, Kryn. You have one duty. You just need to sit with her. Make sure no one bothers her. Let her sleep a bit until we're done.
Okay.
Okay.
And when you say that, he kind of ruffles his feathers a little bit, kind of seems to hop a little bit excitedly, kind of from foot to foot on your finger.
Oh, do you want to see what adult Corinne looks like?
Oh, you got him drawn out?
It's not a drawing, it's a picture, but oh my god, is he a pretty bird.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm pulling it up, give me a moment.
All right, well, when you do. So, yeah, he just kind of hops from foot to foot a little bit, kind of, like excited energy. Like, ooh, I'm here, I get to do something kind of thing. And he just looks at you.
I'll be the best bird thingy ever.
I'm the bestest bird. So
And he will, does the door
There's
have like...
adult Corinne.
That's pretty coloring. That's gorgeous.
Does
Yeah,
he have,
when Saloon gets older, she actually calls him her little s'more.
Does the door have like one of those like faux windows in it where you can like see through, or is it just like
No,
full
it's
door?
I would imagine
it's
so.
a small kind of barred window.
Okay. Yeah, he'll snap his finger. Corinne will disappear from his hand, and then snap again. He'll reappear on the outside.
Okay.
And then he'll turn and look in the direction of Lady Redstone with Corinne.
Okay.
Yes, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Jason.
Yes, that's me.
So, he'll walk over
Questions.
and, assuming there is another chair, he'll kind of move it around to sit.
Person.
Okay.
Alright, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna open the door because I let them out of the room.
Not a problem. Oh, we're getting a Rasmuth.
Righty.
We are getting a Rasmus.
We are getting a Rasmuth here.
So,
I can tell because the camera's all shifted. And I just wait for his camera to come on, and then I can...
I don't know if he... Hey!
So, now with, within the room with Lady Redstone. He's just gonna sit.
He's probably not using his cam tonight.
Okay. Well, then I can just
Sit and
fix them
wait
as they are.
to see whether she is awake or just acknowledging that he's there.
Okay. And yeah, she's just kind of sitting there on the edge of the bed that's there. She's perfectly awake, just kind of sitting and watched as you entered. You do see in her eyes. Actually, give me an insight check.
Oh boy, I'm so good at those. Boy, oh boy, let's see how well it goes. Actually not bad, 14.
Okay. You're not sure exactly what the emotions are. Oh, he just dropped out.
Yeah, he's probably arguing with his laptop.
Oh, okay. But you're not sure exactly what the emotions are that you're seeing on her face. It could be a little bit of fear, maybe a little anxiety. You're not exactly sure.
To be fair, it is him who I think was one of the last things that she specifically saw before getting knocked out.
Yep.
Prior, so makes sense. So, I do have a few questions. One, because I'm just really curious, and he kind of drops if he had this very confident, poised, you know, aggressive look, and more of his kind of standard, kind of how he looks when he's finally figuring out something in a book. Where do you get your magic from?
Well, to be honest, I'm not exactly sure. I just sort of started doing things when I was younger.
Ah, she's a sorcerer.
No, I was just curious if it was something that you like studied or that like learned playing music.
Well, no.
God, nature. So.
No, I mean, yes, I've studied quite a bit, but none of that seems to work for me. But yet somehow it's more, I don't know, I just feel it. I feel the energy and I shape it to my desires.
Alright, well that's fair. So, as you can probably tell from the pause hanging outside of the doorway as he kind of like looks over. And I've already been informed about a lot of the new arrangement things, and the thing I'm supposed to do in order for you to also help us. I have a different proposition for you to get that information.
Okay.
So, I do not mind. At this point, I can give you the tablet back. That is something you wish. I can hand it back to you. But that is in exchange for helping. The newer things are for something a little different.
And
you see,
what would that be?
In the journey that I've been in, and again, he kind of ponders, and to really emphasize truth, because he doesn't have his own truth spell or anything like that, he slowly undoes his bandana and just lowers it kind of down to where it's just around his neck. And he like takes it off, lowers it down, and then just reties it around his neck like an ascot for the time being. I guess where a regular bandana would be tied.
Redstone meets scars.
You see, the issue is, as I'm sure you could guess, I am a studier, a practitioner, in order to get my arcane abilities. However, the place I studied from, I couldn't say is quite the best in terms of how things work.
I'm not sure I follow.
Shelby, look at the joke. Look at the pun.
I already saw it.
I'm talking to Shelby. Just.
Well, the school that I was trained at, it did a lot of, well, I'm from I'm sure you know, the North Cut.
I thought you were South Cut, Rogar's North Cut.
Yes.
You said North Cut. You were
Yes.
from North Cut.
I'm aware of what I said.
You're asleep.
Okay, you're lying. Gotcha.
No, that I did fuck up. I was meaning to say South Cut.
Okay. I'm like, wait!
No. Reiterate. No, I'm sorry. South Cut. I'm sure you know about the war that happened not too terribly long ago. Propaganda was the way of the school, and that's how I was taught. This is what I get for it, and he kind of gestures towards his face.
Kind of like the war that is brewing now.
Yes.
because her voice is technically still activated, Kryn can understand her, and Kryn's the only one that can hear her, but just the very quiet mumble, the war we accidentally restarted.
Kryn, for a moment, gets a glint of magic in its eye. To reiterate, it is
Diana,
still familiar. I can hear you.
I know, and like the look she would give Jacob is quite literally, and she would like say it as I'm not trying to listen, and her ears would just twitch. I don't have a choice. I'm just stuck here. I'm not purposely eavesdropping,
much like
my point.
Much like the war that's currently going on. And again, it was a little bit of a Cold War just recently headed to reignite its spark because of events. Trust me, it's an issue that I plan on fixing soon enough. However, there's another issue on the table that I want to attempt to fix.
She just listening.
I want to create a place that is more suitable for teaching better than a place that I was taught. I want to actually have the capabilities of teaching people the arcane ways in multitude of fashions, and the guided trust and misuse and how it can all fall apart. The standard life lessons that you only get after being a part of it, as you would know.
Yes. But where would you put such a place? I mean, right now, if you're looking to put it in your homeland, things are not so well there.
No, but I do have a place in mind.
And how is it that I can help you in this? I mean, I assume you wouldn't be mentioning all this unless there was something you wished of me.
You're a historian.
Not by trade, but as
Yes,
just my interest.
It is a suitable thing by interest, of course, and I think that is the best way to get a teacher. not by someone who does it for a job, someone who actually enjoys it, who wants to do it.
So what you are saying is,
My
even though I may have misrepresented, I do shape magic mostly through just my will and how I feel it.
Yes.
And I said
that's the thing.
I said that I don't really do well with the learning aspect, but that is not entirely true. It's just not my forte. I have learned some.
Hold on. I'm not asking you to teach in the same way that, say, someone like I would teach. I don't want this school to just be to study in a book and learn. Because that's not everyone's way of learning. I want this to be a place to learn magic, not to learn the ways of the wizardry arcane. I want this to be a school for magic. To help people understand how their magic works, the consequences of their magic, and how to handle it safely for themselves.
I wish I had that.
I'm not asking you to teach in the way that I teach, or anyone else would teach.
I
would like you to...
am intrigued by this.
So here's my proposition. I know you want, and he will pull out the first tablet that he has from her place, and then he will pull out a second tablet.
And her eyes kind of get big as she sees that there's a second one.
Yes, this actually was not that far from your place. It was actually in the town in a small little shop. It piqued my interest, so I picked it up, and I also wanted to see what this one was.
May I see it?
Of course. This is already a part of the previous agreement because we are amending the one that you made earlier with my wife.
And she looks over it and she flips it over. And she looks at the back. And she starts rubbing the back a little bit. And then you see her hand begin to get this slight kind of outline glow on it as she closes her eyes, and you can tell she's concentrating on something. And then she stops. And on the back of it, now glowing, is one lone rune. And she goes, 6. Huh. It was that close.
This is the 6th one?
Yes. You have 2 now. You do not know how many there are.
No.
I'm sorry. At that point, Diana's gonna start scratching at the door a little bit because Critton is still with her. Wait, is she saying there are 6 pieces?
To the tablets, not to the stone, to our knowledge. This is specifically for the tablets. That's what I assume.
Okay, and she'll just flop back over.
You do not know how many there are.
No, but I believe my wife spoke. I don't know bits and pieces of the language. I know the language.
You mean you can read them in full?
I can speak it.
And she kind of, well, roll an insight check.
Alright, let's see. Ooh.
Can I roll an insight check to see if I can smell it? Because I'm bored.
No, not really. This is a visual thing based on Her facial.
Ooh, not bad. 17.
Okay. She looks. You get the look on her face is a combination of a little bit of doubt, but also just like, is it really possible? That kind of look like, are you pulling my leg? You know, is this real? Could this really be true? And that's what you're seeing on her face.
For example, I'm assuming, do you have a spell that allows you to understand languages that are written?
Yes, but it didn't really work on this.
I see. So, here's the parts of my deal, and he will now pull out his small book that he has had for a good bit now, which is his written cipher of the language of the ancients.
Okay.
This contains how to learn that.
And now her face is, I mean, there's no rule for this. It is clearly like excited and at the same time just like shaking with anticipation. Like she just she wants to just reach out and snatch it from your hands and start looking at it, but she's restraining herself. She's like, doesn't want to be like rude and like just snatch something from your hands, but she really is wanting to.
She's a nerd.
Here's my proposition. Historian to historian. I will give you this in exchange for you becoming a teacher.
A teacher at this school you wish to create?
Yes. It may be a while before it is created and finished, but know that this will be a relative contract in terms of once it is finished, I will come to your place, because technically, as long as I keep, well, no, I'd have to go back there. That'd be a little complicated. Either way, regardless, I will find my way back to where you are at, and I will request. Do not worry, I will make sure there is a comfortable space for both you and any others that you wish to take with you.
My husband, of course.
Yes.
Very well. We have a deal.
As he is like about to reach out, he'll pull it back one more time. One other condition, though.
And now she looks a little nervous.
You have a way of sending messages, yes?
Yes. It's a simple spell.
Of course. Next time you're going to throw a masquerade ball, send me a message.
I have a condition of my own.
I promise.
Can I
you won't
just
destroy your place.
from under the door? Am I allowed to make an ice rink this time?
You say that out loud, and
like it's loud enough that they can both hear. It's like, am I allowed to make my ice rink this time?
and she looks towards the door, and then she looks at you, Jacob, and she says, "That is my condition. No magic at my parties, please."
I can agree to this.
But
you don't need to skate. We can just dance.
But sparkles.
Would you be okay with illusionary magic that makes sparkle effects?
How about this? The back garden would be fine with that.
It's not inside the house?
Yes.
Okay,
I don't
I can work
quite
with that.
like ice everywhere in my house.
That is fair. Ice is a little
fair.
difficult to walk around on.
At least you never crushed yourself with a giant ice cube.
No, thankfully
That
I
was
have
funny.
not.
Luckily, you haven't died to the ice.
I was
Yeah.
It's been a very weird journey. Either way,
It has.
do we have an agreement?
Do we have an accord?
Yeah. Where's all the
Yes,
rum
you
gone?
might have.
Yes. Yes, we do. I think I would actually enjoy that very much.
And he will slowly, again, just lower his hand, kind of taking the small bit of satisfaction at knowing how much he wants this, and just slowly moving it down until he actually just hands it over.
Okay, and then as soon as your fingers actually let go, and hers are on it, she's like, yoink! And she like got her face buried in it as she's just looking at it, and she's looking at the tablet, and she's looking back at it. She's looking at the tablet. And she's like, oh,
Oh yeah.
oh! I knew it! I knew it! Damn the syntax!
Yeah, it actually confused me at first too. I thought.
Can Diana nudge her way through the door now? Like, kind of nudge it open and...
Yeah, I mean, it's got a latch, so it's latched.
just sad scratches. Can I come in now?
Jacob will go open the door.
All right.
And she'll walk over to where the bars are and look at Redstone.
Well, there's no bars in the room.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
She'll just look at Redstone and go, so the tablet he gave back is the one you're gonna want to read.
Yes, but that's...
I do want the other one back, by the
Yeah.
way.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes, but...
because what
this
Diana
is...
told her about the dangers of the stones is on that tablet.
And that is only number 1.
Yeah.
This
we
is
need
6.
the others.
Did you know there are 10? According to my research.
No, that is good to know.
I've only
How many of them do you have?
I only have the 1. That's all I was able to find.
How good are you with black market?
Not very. I mean, I
can
just
people
put
in
out
black
I just put out requests for things I'm looking for, and if someone manages to bring it to me, I mean, you know, I put out my request and I'm willing to pay.
I think I know where the other tablets are. Or at least I have an inkling on who might have some.
Yeah, I'm not
Where
too
does she get
surprised.
to go undercover again as the flag, or as the path? In the path?
So, one other thing of also learning this language, now this is a way that if things get compromised, and you need
That's
to be
true.
very secretive on what you are saying, you can speak that. I will understand it. And vice versa.
It will take me a bit of time, but
Now, I'm not expecting you to learn this overnight, trust me.
oh no.
I think if you give her the chance, she might.
I mean,
don't know if she's that fast like me.
she's pretty smart.
No, he's not doubting that she's
Yeah.
smart. It's just also Jacob. It's the
Oh,
one
yeah.
thing that you can go, this is where I got people beat at.
Yeah.
Forgive me because my memory is shit. What did she say her name was?
Damn it, where's my notes? I cannot remember.
I
Oh.
wanted to say it started with like an E or something.
Elaine?
Was it
No.
Elaine? No.
No,
No, that's
it wasn't Elaine. I know that. Hold on, let me see where I've got this. It might have it in here.
Doubt it was Emma.
Otherwise, I'm just giving
Right
her the name
here.
Elizabeth.
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 I thought I put it in here, but apparently I didn't. Damn it. Damn it!
Jacob will refer to her.
Anyway, insert name here.
Yes.
Yes.
Her name is character name.
Yeah. So, but no, God, what was it? It was something really pretty too.
Was it Elizabeth?
No, it wasn't Elizabeth. It was shorter than that.
Eliza?
Eleanor.
No.
Eleanor.
No, I don't think it was Eleanor.
If anyone in chat was listening at episode 88, I believe I said it.
Like quickly, drag through the video to try and find it.
Go for it if you wish.
No, she's going to look at her and go, with your contacts that you may have, do you think you could figure out, or just with your own knowledge, if all of your items are collected legally and you're just known to be a collector, why didn't the Church of Palor just ask you for the knuckle bones?
Honestly, I don't know.
Because now I'm concerned as if they were that important to the church. I imagine if the church themselves reached out to you going, hey, this is a religious relic, can we have it back? Something tells me you would have worked with them.
Well, obviously, I mean, if it was something that they had proof of ownership, I would have given it to them.
So she's gonna turn to Jacob and go, so why did they hire people to steal it? Because clearly
Oh, I know. I'm just letting you know. She's pretty darn smart.
But yeah, Diana's just like, because if she was willing to just work with the church and she has the reputation of being lawful, they should have been able to just ask her for them.
Yes, I'm aware. That's why we don't believe the church are good people.
So my turnaround to your contacts. Could you figure out, possibly, and carefully, what the church is doing?
I suppose I could try.
If it is too much of a danger to you or your family,
well, I don't understand why it would be. I mean, it's the Church of Palor.
Because there's a chance the Church of Palor may actually be connected to the path.
And
hence why they're going through illegal means.
she looks at the first tablet, and she had already, I mean, like, all the while you guys are talking, as soon as she's got that cipher, she's been looking through, and she's like, and you think they're involved in this?
Should I? And Jacob will gesture to the ring that is not there, but is there by his finger. I'm just kind of, should I? To Diana.
To let her talk to him?
Oh, I was in general just letting her know.
Jacob has this fancy little ring that has a...
Oh, by the way, this is in confidant. If you tell anyone, I will kill you.
That I cannot stop.
This is not me being rude. This is more just a matter of fact. It's not a threat. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, okay.
He will make it visible.
It's worldly important.
Okay.
That is a ring of mind shielding.
I've
There is
heard
a soul.
of those.
There's a soul inside of the ring that used to belong to a path member.
Well,
Really?
we're not exactly sure if it's a path member or if it's someone before. Because the issue is, they referred to dates that are not current.
Like, what dates?
Jacob
I believe
would
it was
remember,
just
I don't.
37.
Jacob would remember, I do not remember. What was
Yeah, I think it was just 37.
What was
That
the
is-
date, Ian?
Am I close?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. Yeah, it
There
was...
was no extra pieces. That's just the year he gave, was 37.
And,
Was it actually 37, by the way?
yeah, it was.
Yay!
Well, there we go.
But, what? How did... Do you know the name of the soul? And how they would know?
Jacob named him Jeremiah.
Yeah, he doesn't remember
Wait,
much.
wait. You said the year 37.
Yes.
Hmm?
She stops for a second and she kind of paces back and forth. She's still holding onto the cipher, but she has placed the tablets down on the side of the bed. And she's pacing back and forth, and she's kind of rubbing her temple a bit and muttering to herself. And then...
Diana's just gonna, as she's doing this, lean over to Jacob and going, pot, meat, kettle.
And then she goes...
But you just put two historians together, what you expect was going to happen.
Wait. Is there anything else you know about him?
Well, he
She's
was...
just gonna look at Jacob.
Well, he appeared to be some type of practitioner of magic. Enjoyed the idea of experimenting.
I need to file my claws.
And as you're saying this, her eyes kind of lighten up. By practitioner of magic, was he of the studied variety, a wizard, such as yourself? Or something else?
Question. And
Diana, she's gonna turn and go...
aloud, mentally asking...
I think he was, because didn't he help you understand a lot of the sigils you had to use? And isn't that a wizard thing?
That doesn't have to be specifically a wizard thing.
I don't know what the fuck you do in the air half the time.
In the air?
All the weird things you draw and create.
Oh, yes, that's... Well, that... Technically, you can do that without necessarily being a practitioner study. I just do it that way because that's how I learned. Either way.
Yeah, I just hold my hand up and magic goes pew.
So you can speak to him, yes?
Yes. He is, in a way, while I have the ring on, in a shared conscious space, so technically he can hear anything that you are saying.
To be entirely frank, if it weren't for me, I'm pretty sure they would be married.
No.
So he can hear.
Yes. If Jacob is remembering it correctly. DM.
Ozyranthus? You hear in your head Jeremiah go, Ozyranthus? That was my name. Jeremiah Ozyranthus. Yes. That is me. How does she know this?
Okay.
Can I sense the, like, surprised confusion coming off of Jacob?
Okay.
Roll insight. And you get your advantage with that.
Because of my exhaustion, it's a flat roll right now.
Yep.
Woo!
Which is fine! I got a 17 plus 12.
So, too high? No.
Is it too
No, it's just too high. It's too high. You just overshot. So yeah, absolutely, you can sense it.
I have a feeling you just hit the nail on the head.
And she's still staring at you, waiting for your response.
Can you
Jacob.
explain to me who that is?
Well, how do you know that?
So, it is, isn't it? And she is visibly excited.
Is he a good guy?
Like, you don't understand.
I don't.
I
don't understand.
I have his writings at home.
Okay.
He was one of.
You're still not answering if he's a good guy.
He was one of the last artificers that survived. That survived the calamity.
What is the calamity?
That's why I'm searching for the tablets. They're supposed to talk of it.
Well, I think I can answer that. I think we were able to figure out what was the...
Wait a minute! I need those tablets. I need everything that you have about this supposed calamity thing. The reason for this... Now that I know who he is, if I can have his writings and I can have the tablets and your little cipher book and everything else and you give me time to read it, I might be able to get more information on it.
Well, yes, I believe you're talking about using your specific spell.
Yeah, I have a nice specific spell, and I have a new best friend.
Who are you pointing at?
As she points with her paw and one claw.
And then she's gonna give up and point at her necklace.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, that could work. I was also going to suggest I also read it because, I mean, we kind of understand what that calamity point is. We've had the conversation within ourselves.
We just know things got decimated. That's all we know.
We're pretty sure what that is.
It has to do with the Blackest Heart, yes, but we don't know beyond anything past that. Unless you're keeping more secrets from me.
No, nothing other than, I mean, I didn't keep the idea that we were all told, in a way, and figured out, is that if these things come together, bad things happen, we can infer that is probably what the calamity is.
Yeah, and I could get confirmation and possibly more on it.
Yes, that is fair. But yeah, so long story short, I understand what the calamity is, if not all of us.
He has a hypothesis on what the calamity is.
As do I. That is one reason why I wanted to research and find the tablets. And I only found the one, but...
Yeah, sadly we've already discovered that one stone is very, very bad. Let alone 4 of them.
And she looks at the tablets. You mean the one mentioned there?
Yeah. There's one that controls elements, one that controls the dead, one that alters reality, I think is what you said. Like it can...
time, and one is planar.
Yeah, that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Those things. And if they all come together, from what I saw, everything is gone. There will be nothing left. Hence why I need you to help us.
We need those tablets then.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do.
Well, the better question is, how are we gonna figure? Wait. You could use your thing on these to figure out where more. Couldn't you?
Oh yeah. See, this is why you're the smart one and I'm the pretty one.
I mean, you're also smart, but okay.
No, I'm not. I just have better common sense than most of the people in our group. Let me rephrase that. I use my common sense more than the most of the people in the group.
There you go.
I'm also the only one who has a moral compass.
I never
Yeah,
said
Ulysses
that.
has a moral compass. It's slowly returning.
Anarchy is not a...
Hey,
I said it's slowly
You're not there.
returning.
she's getting there.
I'd say I'd have a moral compass. It's just not... Everyone has a technical moral compass. It just depends on where that moral compass is.
And if they're using them.
Yes.
That's also...
Meanwhile, some
True.
of ours is just spinning like Jack Sparrows.
Where's all the rum gun? That's all I gotta say.
We do have one... We know where 3 stones are.
Uh-oh. What happened there?
I have one. The Church of Palor has one. There's a 3rd one that we're going to go find. And I believe the path already has the 4th one.
No, the path found the location of the one in the volcano.
We kind of assume that they have one of them already because we don't know where it is. That was kind of like the group assumption.
I don't remember that being the assumption.
That was the group assumption, is we believe that they have one, there's one in the Church of Palor, so we also made the assumption that the Church of Palor already gave that one to the path, so they have 2, we have one.
Oh,
And then there's one in the volcano.
Yeah.
Do you remember now?
Yes.
So honestly, if you go poking your nose, it could be dangerous. Very, very dangerous.
Well, I have some that I might be able to ask discreetly.
Would you say you're a wordsmith?
English, please?
At times.
Oh, charismatic, good with your words.
Ah.
You're a wordsmith.
Silver-tongued.
Yes.
Yes, that's
At
also
times.
a phrase for it.
Good speaker person.
When
It's
the
okay,
time
Fred,
calls
you're
for
right.
it. Yes. When it is called for, yes.
Okay.
I
The only reason
do
I asked is
entertain quite a bit.
if you need to, that is also an option.
Yes, I suppose so.
And if you do start to realize you or your husband, and I believe you have a son,
Yes, we do.
if at any point you think anyone could be in danger, I can do my best to try and give them safety here.
Yes, well, as far as Shaxus is concerned, I haven't seen the boy in years.
Pause! Haven't we met a Shaxus?
Yes, he was at the very, very beginning of the campaign. None of the original people are there anymore, and even Oak is too stupid to remember. So, because I remember having a conversation like this of, oh hey, make an intelligence check. Nope, you don't remember that this one guy in the beginning of the campaign had that last name.
Wait, didn't you also name your cat Shaxus?
Yep.
Okay, that's why it's ringing so many bells for me. Okay. If needed, I can do what I can to try and protect them here if they happen to get in danger. I need to contact an old friend of mine.
I have many I need to speak to.
Yeah,
I see. So
when I do that, you might not want to be in the room.
Why?
Because you hate him.
A dragon?
Yes, the dragon.
I mean, I don't hate him.
Every time I mention him or talk to him, you get huffy.
I have my reasons.
Yeah. Because you're jealous that I'm friends with the dragon.
No, that is not the reason.
Are you sure?
I am very sure.
It is 100% because he's jealous because Diana and Soon got along so fucking well when they met. 100% jealousy, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
So, Lady Redstone looks at you two and says, may I have some parchment and a quill? I would like to copy your codex that you've created here.
Oh, yeah, and do you want breakfast? I just realized how early it is.
Yes, that would actually be wonderful.
Cool. I am running out of speech soon, so she's just gonna slowly look at Jacob.
Oh, and Jacob will actually pull out his parchment and ink.
Oh. She thanks you very much. She takes some, and she begins to copy it down so that she can give you the original when she's done. It'll take a little while, because you've taken some extensive notes on this.
Also, God, remind me, what was the captain's name?
On the boat that we were on?
Yeah.
Captain, which captain?
The boat that we used to travel here.
The Coral Breaker?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Not your uncle, but
Nope.
No, it's her granddad.
I want to say it
Not
started with
that
an A.
one.
Yeah.
I think it started with an A.
No, the one her granddad was the captain of was
I'm a Bastard Dragon.
the I'm a Bastard Dragon. That's correct.
Alabaster Dragon.
The Alabaster Dragon that has become the I'm a Bastard Dragon. Yes.
Wasn't Argo? Was it Argo?
Yep.
That'd be.
Was it Argo?
Yes.
Hey! See, I have better memory than I thought I did.
Man, taking from great knowledge, that's crazy.
You wouldn't happen to know a Captain Argo, would you?
Argo. No.
Coral Breaker?
No. I've heard that ship's name before. I mean, we deal with lots of ships. We do send out quite a few. You know.
If you're transporting or sending something to us, use him.
Okay, I shall.
Likewise, I want to reinstate trade. I already have an alliance building with Stonehaven, thanks to a new friend of ours.
Well, that's actually
I'm not good at business, and you are.
Well, yes, I guess, I do have to take care of that as my husband is... it's not his primary skill set, we'll say that.
So can you teach me how to do business?
Are you
teach me how to run a kingdom?
Are you asking to be taught? There's no shame in it.
Fight you.
There's literally no shame in it if I am asking a question.
And you just see her kind of like her ears droop, and she's just like.
So, yes, that would be a wonderful thing. Is Stonehaven coming up through Hillsforth? Because they could easily come over to Arkspire.
Yeah, that would be.
And then with Arkspire is that wouldn't be any problem. And then from there to Asteron. Asteron, yes, I think that would be the best, because we could deal with the lands to the east more, and then bring that wood, well, the heartwood would be good, bring that wood up through. Yeah, well, what products and or
Well,
items
for
would
one,
you
they're
have to
going
offer?
to be building a port city for me that Rasmus and his family will be, from what I understand, running.
A port
at the
city
edge
on
of-
Enethir. Interesting.
And
That would be good for trade.
I'm going to attempt to talk to those to our east.
That may
They've been
be.
suffering civil war, from what I hear, for long enough.
But the Vorn?
Yeah.
Oh.
The
Be
river
careful.
that we would be using to transport goods is also on their border. The river is split in half between the two of us,
Be
based on
very
where I saw the
careful.
border maps are.
Yes, but be very, very careful.
I just want to instate any of our ships or items or whatever else you want to call it that travels up through the river will be left alone. And
I can
also
teach
have
you
to finish.
Yeah, I can teach
and
you
I
the
have-
things I
Do
know,
you know
but
how
it
to
will
make
be
a
time.
contract for frost giants?
Frost giants.
I'm not
Interesting.
kidding.
Really?
Yeah, I employed frost giants to protect the mountain pass leading to the kingdom, and I kind of need to write up an actual contract because I think it was like 100 silver a person was what he said. And I gave him a trade bar, so I need to figure out how long that's actually gonna last.
Well, I can help with writing up contracts, and I can teach you what I know of trade and business, but
Are you gonna tell us?
This
I'm
is-
kind of going in blind here.
this is not going to be something that will be quick or easy.
Oh no, that I
What I'm
expected.
hearing is that Diana, my lovely queen, needs
Yes, I don't
to
know how to run
refer
a
to
kingdom, and I
you
did not
as-
think this far ahead.
needs to refer to you as Professor Redstone.
You're
In
just
terms of
gloating.
being taught.
I
Now
do
you're
like
just
the sound.
gloating.
I do like the sound of that. I'm not going to lie.
No, I mean, she is quite literally going to be a professor anyway, so, you know, she's gonna
Yeah,
have to get used
like
to
I
all
told Kryn, I wasn't trying to. It was either listen to that or listen to boots crunching on stone.
that. Mhm.
Right. So
Jacob
she
I feel like
kind of
Diana goes to talk and all they hear is just a yipping sound, and she's like, "Fuck."
and when that happens, Lady Redstone kind of looks your way and goes, and looks towards Jacob and says, I guess the conversation is at its end, which is fine. I have a lot of work to do. And she's going back and she's copying that codex over.
Yep, do not forget the agreement.
Oh, not at all. I will be here, and as soon as I'm done, I will return this to you, and then I guess come up with a lesson plan for the queen.
Like Diana goes to say something and then realizes she can't talk and just kind of droops and looks at Jacob.
She'll be
And,
looking
like,
forward
with
to it,
her
Professor
paw,
Redstone.
she's gonna like point to Redstone and make a walking motion, and then point to a guard, and then point to Redstone and make a walking motion. Kind of like if she wants to walk around, have a guard go with her. But I don't know how well that's gonna translate.
Roll insight.
Me?
Yep.
Sure. My insight of +2. Could it be my animal handling?
Nope.
She's a
This
fox.
is
I am a
insight.
fox.
Excuse me.
It's
I
kind
feel,
of.
I feel like he should get advantage because he has to deal with this so much.
Nope.
what's funny is there was a lot of logistical and kind of like odd topics that came up recently about a party member using animal handling on a character or on a PC who was a slightly animalistic race. It was something.
So what'd you get?
Anyways, insight. Here we go. 16.
Okay, not bad. You think you understand the gist of it. Like, she's like, guard, redstone, walking. Okay, I think she means have a guard if redstone walks. So that's about the closest you get as far as accuracy.
All right. Professor Redstone, if you will, if you do wish to leave this room, just make sure that you have a guard with you, walking around with you, ensuring safety for both you and others, I would assume. I don't know.
And Diana just like nods her head viciously, like, yes, that's exactly what I was saying.
All right. So,
Jacob
she
will
goes.
go.
Yep.
Now, what you say to your professor?
She kind of smiles and just nods at you, and then turns immediately back to writing.
And he'll leave with Fox on Scarf Fox in tow.
Hey, at least I'm human tomorrow.
All right. So,
Oh God, do I have to go and
quick question:
boy.
Eurydice,
Yes.
was what you were wanting to do with Diana while she's a fox, or not?
I
Not.
think it'd be easier for
Okay.
me the next
Yeah,
morning.
it'll be easier.
So-
she's normal.
So, the next morning, you'll
Pause.
no. There's no more pause.
Backtracking.
There's no more pause.
Smith.
There's no more pause. You're not a fox anymore.
I know, but like backtracking for Rasmuth because he had
Well,
things he wanted to
I know,
do during
well,
the days.
this is what's
Are we just
gonna.
are we gonna cover that during his one shot?
Yes, and
Okay.
well, we're gonna see how long this takes, and then we're gonna start bleeding over into that.
Oh, that's fair.
So,
I have to work on my Scottish.
So do I.
So, the next morning.
Could always be a Russian drawer.
I can't do Russian.
I can do Russian.
There is no problem
We
here.
can do Russian. Let's
We
do Russian.
can do Russian. It is
The
easy.
only thing I'm good at is Southern
give me-
Belle, and I hate it.
Just give me my Stonic Naya. I'll
Yes,
be
we
happy.
did.
Oh jeez.
No, I am okay with doing the things the next time for Rasmuth, so
Okay.
that is okay.
Yep.
Are you playing COD?
What's that?
Have you been playing COD this whole time?
Just been
All
waiting.
right. All right. So, it is the next morning.
Diana's just gonna
Yeah,
like
yeah.
slowly wake up.
Jacob,
And,
who
like,
was in
sit
the
up.
process of having a fox, assuming curled on his chest.
Oh yeah, now it's just full body.
Yes. And thanks to the position she was curled up in, her tail was like under your neck before, but now she's full size. So her tail is across your face.
Yes, probably.
Morning.
You're breathing in-
Awfulness
you're-
of a tail.
You're breathing in tail hair.
At least it's soft and it smells nice.
Hmm.
Morning.
And you are no longer exhausted, Diana.
Holy shit, I have thumbs again!
Yay!
I can strangle Eurydice now.
Oh my god.
Can you-
No.
Can you just
Kinky.
a bit move to the side? You are crushing ribs.
Right, and she's actually gonna like get up and get dressed.
Okay.
And well, no, she actually would have shifted clothes.
Yeah,
Because
your
when she
clothes
shifted,
your
she
clothes
just-
yeah, your clothes meld with you and then they come back, just kind of like a druid does
It's
when they
unless she
shapeshift.
purposely lets her stuff fall.
Exactly.
But yeah, she's just gonna like slowly get out of the bed and pause.
No pause. There's no pause.
Yeah, no pause.
No pause.
And she's gonna go.
By the way, I'm listening. I'll be right back. I'm just grabbing a drink out of the fridge.
That's fair. She's gonna get up and look at Jacob and go, I need to talk to Redstone, I need to talk to Eurydice, I need to talk to Michael, I need to talk to Maxium, I need to talk to Jason and Lillian to help figure that out. I need
At
to
this
go
moment,
check the
there's a pounding on the
treasury
door.
to see what to do to help with the city. I also need to go over.
Jacob will just slowly walk up. As you talk to
There's so much I have to do already.
There's a knocking at the door. It's just like,
Yep.
yeah, furious knocking.
Yep.
And there's Eurydice.
Did you answer the door?
Just a moment.
She's gonna go over and she's gonna slowly open the door and just look at her through the crack. I have thumbs again.
I can see that.
I can run again.
I am replacing the entire master bedroom so that the mother stuff can just.
And that's basically what you were probably doing some of the other day while Jacob and Diana were dealing with Redstone.
Are you redecorating my castle?
I'm redecorating the master bedroom.
Uh-huh. I still get to smack you for lighting things on fire.
Do you want me to tell you what I found and why I set it on fire?
I could kind of hazard a guess based on how red you were.
Yeah, it was made out of ivory too.
Oh god.
I know. It was horrifying. I screamed.
Hence the fire. Okay.
Yeah. It was just kind of a reaction.
I mean, wouldn't that be really uncomfortable? I mean, it's like a teeth.
Stop thinking about it.
This is also the same woman who looked me in the eyes and swore she never gave birth to me.
Yeah.
No, that's bad.
Psycho.
Anyway,
I'm going to go look for something in a couple of rooms to get things together. Can you go find Maxium, Jason, and Michael for me? And Lillian, if she happens to be with Jason.
who is she talking to?
Eurydice.
Oh, okay. I actually wanted to talk to you about something, real quick.
Oh, okay. And like, she'll let her in.
Yeah. Jacob, I can either politely ask you to leave, so I may talk to Diana by herself, or I can tell you that the dumbasses have a stupid quest for you because they're idiots and they want to see how well you can keep them under control since you're a king now.
How about no, because he might actually harm them.
Well, yeah, but they're idiots, and I'm deeply under pressure, and I'm a...
Yeah, but I was gonna take him with me to talk to the people, so you might as well just...
May I please politely ask him to just come...
In all niceness, I would like a morning with my now humanoid wife, rather than a fox that I've been...
Okay.
Well,
And
frankly,
she drags both of you over to the bed, and seemingly out of nowhere pulls out this giant binder, and she flips it open, and she's like, "Okay, what napkins do you think should go for the wedding? What color napkins do you think?"
I'm sorry. Do you know we?
Are you and Lee getting married?
No, you two.
We've already.
We're all married.
And he just
You were
lift up his arm. The sash.
You
like, we
were
already are.
married. Yeah, you two were officially married on the ship, but it's for the kingdom to show that you two are, like, you know, officially married, and like a coronation kind of thing.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
So when I get crowned as queen, it is actually we are being crowned as king and queen at the same time of a proper ceremony to show actual legality within the kingdom. Okay, that makes sense now.
Also, I've been planning this since the moment I met you guys, and it has only gotten crazier since I found out you were Princess Diana.
Why have you been planning this that long?
Because I
Did Oak put you up to this?
Who?
Denial! Oh, no, sorry.
Oh, right, you never actually met him. He should actually be arriving in a couple of months. Oh god, having you two in the same room is like putting a fucking puppy with a lighter that he can squeak and it shoots flames.
I was gonna say, it's more like putting a puppy and a cat next to each other, and both of them do not like, well, the puppy will probably like the other one, but the cat is going to try to kill the puppy.
And they both have flamethrowers.
And they
That-
both.
No, I think the cat's gonna like the puppy because the puppy will blindly do anything she asks.
That's what I'm thinking.
You probably shouldn't have, put that
You
idea
two are not
out
allowed
there.
to be in a room alone together. If you two are hanging out,
Anyway,
there needs to be
What
supervision.
napkins do you want for your wedding, and what kind of cake do you guys want? I have all these options for you. She's just flipping.
Personally, I
through
actually
the
prefer pie.
Okay. I think she makes a note.
Get pie.
Okay, so the whole thing you want to talk to us about is planning a wedding.
Yeah.
And the coronation.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that actually works out because I was actually going to talk to Jason, Lillian, Michael, and Maxium about said coronation. So you might as well come with me then.
Okay.
How big is that binder?
It started out as a 3-inch 3-ring. I think it's gotten bigger and bigger over the past few months.
Kindly adding, we could also just have Eurydice go and talk to them because she wants to plan the wedding and coronation thing. Yes, we should be a part of the conversation. Get just a moment. Would be preferred.
I also wanted to check on Michael.
I understand.
You hear another loud knocking at the door.
Yes?
He will get up and he will go and open the door.
And
Hello?
you see Antonio standing there.
Oh, hey!
And he looks over at Eurydice and he says, I am so sorry. I have been following you and that binder. I saw your binder earlier. You'd left it out. I knew what you were planning. Let me help. Let me help.
Of course.
I'm just.
Oh! And he is visibly excited. I mean, he is just giddy.
Jacob is just going to walk back over to where Eurydice is.
Okay.
Eurydice, I'm letting you know now, I am going to move you unless you decide to move yourself.
Fine.
Thank you.
Just
Go and have conversations about thing with this person, and he's going to just shut the door on both of them.
okay.
So Antonio's like, okay, girl, where are we going first?
Then they go off.
I have a wedding party planner.
Mm-hmm.
Planners.
Mm-hmm.
Planny?
Yes?
Plenai? Committee. There you go. It's a committee.
I have a wedding committee. A wedding planning committee. I have I have been here for 3 days and my brain already hurts.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So,
Please don't leave me to do this alone.
no, I'm not. I literally pushed them out.
No. I'm talking overall.
Oh.
I don't know how to run a kingdom. I know how to lead people because I know what to say. I don't know how trade works. I don't know how taxes work. I don't know how distributing God knows what works. I don't even actually understand the worth of gold, technically speaking, because it's never been a problem for me.
I don't. Now.
And how do I make laws? How do I undo laws?
Honey.
I did not think this far ahead.
We will get through it.
And I still have to figure out how the fuck or where the fuck or when
And
the
you
fuck
will
I'm supposed to be
just-
giving birth.
Just kiss her on the mouth. Shush. Calm down. Let's just enjoy the morning. Stop
I have a
thinking.
lot I need to do.
I know. Just stop thinking for literally 30 minutes.
No.
They can wait 30 minutes. You can wait 30 minutes.
I've been waiting for 3 days. I can wait 30 minutes.
Thank you.
But so help you, if you end up pulling another disappearing act.
I don't plan on leaving until things are settled. And then the only reason I am leaving...
I do have a question.
Yes?
Where do you plan on putting this school?
Well...
I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to build one of the other mountain passes, but that's a lot of stonework.
And Jacob will walk over to where he's kind of had his bag and stuff set. This was the kind of final quote-unquote secret, but granted this one was supposed to be a surprise thing. And he will unfurl multiple pages that he's kind of moved around and put together in a way to lay out a map of grounds and a large enough bastion-like style building for the time being. Plans on remodeling it and making it a little better. With livable grounds out in the front and a luxurious kind of tower sticking out of one end of it, and then across this entire
Jacob,
place.
this is ginormous.
Yes. Yes.
How do you know how long it will take Rasmus and anyone else we hire to build this?
Yes. This isn't a plan for now. This is a plan for, well, the future.
So, Professor Redstone.
That's one.
Headmaster Zerline.
I don't know how I feel about that one. It's nice, but I just don't know.
Who else is going to be helping you teach? God knows who shows up.
You hear again, and it waited a while, but knocking at the door.
Jacob will slowly walk over.
Diana will get up this time and have him stay sitting and open the door.
And you see a young feline-like shifter.
Oh, hello, dear.
And she has a big platter in her arms with Her Royal Highness's breakfast.
Diana's immediately... How small is the feline? Like
She
age-wise?
She is probably in her early teens, maybe 13, 14.
And Diana will very quickly, oh god, here, let me help, and just kind of like take the tray from her. So she's like, you could have... Oh, this is... Did no one help you carry this?
No, ma'am. I mean, Your Highness,
Sweetheart, don't worry about titles.
Okay.
Please. It's just Diana.
Okay. And she seems very shy right now. I mean, she's like,
Oh.
I don't know how to handle this, you know. I got sent up here. I got the food. I don't know.
What am I doing here?
Yep. Pretty much.
But yeah, no, Diana, she will never accept or want to be called any kind of like higher up title unless she's trying to scare someone. It's like, I am no different from anybody in my kingdom, but if you fuck with me, I will remind you that I am a queen. But yeah, no, she'll take the tray from her and just like assure her, like, it's okay, really, like, don't worry about it. You don't need to call me Your Highness or Your Majesty. It's just Diana. Just Diana. Just because I'm in a different room doesn't make me any different than you. I just help keep things in line.
Yeah, and Jacob is just gonna kind of wait until the door eventually closes.
Alright. Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It does.
no, like once she gets the food and like she'll
It
tell
does.
the girl she can leave and close the door and so on and so forth. And she'll set the food down. She's like, I really need to talk to people about that because I do not understand the glorifying titles bit.
That's fair, Your Majesty.
Like a roll or something at his head, just ping.
Now, in terms of more people, that's what we're going to be searching and research.
We need to find your sisters.
Yeah.
I think Redstone can help with that.
There's a lot of people who can help with that at this point. I can technically just go there.
Jason and Lillian might actually be very helpful for you in that regard. Jason's an amazing alchemist, and from what he's rambled about prior, I think she's a religious-based magic user? I can't remember though.
Yeah, you would know. She is a cleric.
And she's a cleric, so...
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about teachers or to get to my sisters?
Teachers.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. But I can't take away your committee that's going to, you know, help this place. I mean, granted, I assume I'm also on said committee, unless you don't want me to be, which is so fine.
You could ask Rasmus' brother, who is also a giant historian nerd.
I don't want to have everything dabbled in historian.
It means they know their shit.
I am aware, it's one of those things that I need to get relative knowledge.
I know someone who can help you with my kind of magic. I'd have to find them.
Are we talking about your random ice explosions or more with your instrument?
My instruments. It was my teacher.
Yeah.
They're the one who taught me how to play the harp. They're the one who gave me the harp. I just have to find the caravan.
Might be a little more complicated.
You would think, but at the same time, if you follow the festival lights, essentially, they like to have their own little acts to earn money. So it shouldn't be too hard to find them.
Now, we could blabber more about things. Or we can eat breakfast and enjoy each other's company for 30 minutes. I guess now technically 27. Say again?
There's still a lot we need to talk about.
I am aware.
So, I agree to the eating breakfast bit, but you need to explain more about this, and she's just gonna tap the little schematics that he has.
Oh, so, you know, I'm just gonna create a dimension.
You're what?
I figured it out. I just need a few more pieces.
I'm sorry, what?
So you know how I can heal Snap using Minor Conjuration and just summon like a floating pillar in his hand?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can just do that and then he'll just take it away like it's nothing.
Uh-huh.
It's based off of my specific study, and I know how to manipulate it in a certain way that I could potentially create a place that I can send anywhere at any time.
So, you want to create a pocket dimension to put this school in.
Potentially.
And you think it's just gonna poof, it's there.
Well, I mean, there's a little more to it.
Jacob, I believe in your abilities. I really do. I know how good of a magic user you are and how good you are at making things appear out of fucking nothing. But your shit also disappears after a while.
Yes, that's why this is, best way to put it. In order to do this, it's going to take a month. He gets purposely quiet.
It's going to take how long?
Month. A full month of every single day using all of my magic before I could do anything else. Basically draining myself of all of my arcane abilities for exactly a full month.
Just a month. You do this using all of your magic in one single go every single day.
Yes.
For a month.
Yes.
And it's just gonna stay there.
Well, it's not going to stay where it's at. It will technically disappear. But it's somewhere that it can always get to. Kind of like how Friend doesn't die. He just kind of goes home and then comes back.
Okay. How do other people get in and out? That don't have that level of magical ability yet.
See, I'm still working on that one. But first step is making the place, and then I can get the rest of it figured out.
Oh, getting a way in and out is just as important.
I'm aware, but if I can make it to where I can get in and out, and I can teach people how to get in and out with my method, then I can focus on trying to get people in and out via other methods. It's just going to be complicated. And trust me, I know it's going to be complicated. It's going to take a bit of time. There's potential. We'll see. That's why I have, him, who, well, being a ancient artificer, will probably help in the effort of creating an item that could potentially help people then.
Diana's gonna slowly turn and look at the breakfast tray that was brought to them and see that there is no alcohol. Because she's not allowed to drink alcohol right now, but God, her brain hurts.
This is why I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but that was on you.
Now, after a little bit of time, as you guys are having your conversation about these things back and forth, eventually you do enjoy the breakfast. You do spend a little bit of time just being quiet for a minute or two here and there and kind of holding each other and just enjoying being somewhere safe. And half an hour goes by, another 15 minutes, and it's just kind of nice. But finally, once again, you hear a knock on the door.
Alright.
My brain hurts so much. So you're creating a pocket dimension to make it appear in one kind of area that's not actually in an area, it's in a different plane of it. What?
And the door opens and it's one of the guards, and Lady Redstone is with him, and she says, "I'm sorry to bother you, but, Diana, if I may?"
Can I pick your brain for half a second? How complicated is it to create an, entire another plane of existence?
It's complicated, but it can be done.
You know what?
Well, I have one vote.
I'll take that as the answer. What do you need?
Well, I thought we would sit down and we would start to go over some business stuff. Also, Jacob,
Yes.
there was a message for you from Stonehaven that arrived via a messenger who was teleported here. Something about Rasmuth wondering if you could come and assist him.
Okay, Jacob will look to Diana.
How long? Because by my calculations, I got about 3 more months before I pop.
I kind of do need to be here when that happens. Probably more time before then, but...
I mean, you can easily get back, right?
Within any day.
Okay,
As long as it's not the day that I use it.
Yeah. You go help Stonehaven, because I have a feeling it has to do with the port city. You help them with that. I will find a way to get somebody to contact you going, hey, I'm giving birth.
And, you know, hey, the wedding.
Yeah.
And the coronation.
So, you should find... Well, pardon me, Redstone. You should find Eurydice and converse if there's any additional plans or anything like that.
She
Are
finds
you
Eurydice.
sure it's okay for me to do this? I
As
don't
long
want
as
to
you
just
come
leave
back when I demand it.
I'm sorry. That was.
Because if you make me give
Hold on.
birth to this child alone, you will not have another one.
What? Wasn't planning on letting you give birth alone.
That was perfect. Sorry. And I was about to say this as well myself, but Aang Hamrand said this in chat before I could. He said, "Sending via lady character name." So actually, I was gonna say Lady Redstone. Says, yes, Diana, if there's anything you need, I can easily send a message to Jacob.
You have no idea how much stress I don't have because you're an ally now. I don't think you understand.
She smiles a bit and she says, to be honest, I am glad that we have straightened things out between us.
Yes.
All right.
You didn't move when I hit you with things.
Yeah, I need to go. You know what? Walk and explain things to me so I can understand as best I can. I still need to go find Eurydice before she lights something else on fire.
No. It is time for lessons. And you, sir,
yes.
You are disrupting them. Please, toodaloo.
But the anarchist elf, if she's left alone, bad things happen.
Do not worry.
Also turn the entire wedding purple.
Do not worry. You must focus. If you want to get a handle on this and de-stress yourself from it, you need to understand it first. So, have a seat.
So I have to stress myself out with study work so I don't get stressed later.
Exactly, because it will be much more stress later if you don't understand it now.
God, I wish I could drink.
I understand.
Will just kind of... You know, that's fair. It's technically what teacher's supposed to do. And he'll kind of walk over, give Diana a hug, kiss her on the forehead. Well?
I mean it. If you're not here when I give birth, I will castrate you.
Why are you so harsh? I literally...
You try pushing a tiny human out of your body by yourself!
Have you done it?
No! Hence why I'm terrified!
That's
But I already told you I'm going to be here.
Yeah. Which means, if for some reason you're not...
Mr. Zerline,
snip, snip.
You are stressing out my student.
It just.
And then, for the next 2 hours,
Oh God.
she
Have fun.
she goes through with you on all of the basics of establishing trade routes
This woman is
diplomacy.
going to learn the hard way. I only have a 10 intelligence.
No, she completely gets that. She's got a 19. She's smart. She can deal with it. That's
Just let me
alright.
perspective for you. If Diana doesn't understand it, she gets very, very frustrated very, very fast.
Don't worry. She's actually surprisingly an amazing teacher. And while there are times where you are getting frustrated and stuff, and instead of her getting frustrated and all that, she finds ways to kind of distract you momentarily and bring you back to the moment, and then re-explain the thing in a different way that makes a little more sense. It takes some time, but after 2 hours, you feel like you've definitely learned something, and you think that maybe it's not going to be as difficult as you once thought. And at that time, she says, "That's all I have for today. We catch up more tomorrow."
If my brain's not fried by the end of today.
And as she is leaving, and the door opens, you see...
By the way, do you happen to know where Eurydice is before she burns down another part of my home?
And as she is leaving and opens up the door, and you ask that question, she goes, right here, as she's pointing to Eurydice, who is about to knock on the door.
Hi. You didn't burn anything down, did you?
No, but Antonia wouldn't let me make all the decorations purple. So.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, no, but purple's a good color.
Yeah, but I like silvers and golds.
Silver's cool too, but purple's better.
No.
Fine, it's your wedding.
Fine, I guess I'll go with what the bride wants.
Well, you know, she told Eurydice was told, like, just go and do it yourself.
So, what, save me from what was just crammed in my brain for 2 hours. Numbers and I don't agree.
Do you want to hear some hot goss?
Sure.
Eurydice is just like blinked, like you can see her just like grasping for straws, like she's like opening and closing her mouth like she's a fish. She's like,
Do you have any name suggestions?
Luigi.
For the child.
Yeah.
I'm not naming my child Luigi.
Okay.
Honestly, Jacob and I haven't even talked about it yet. We don't even know if it's a boy or a girl, so I have no idea how to plan for names. I may end up just fuck it. I may not end up naming the kid for the first couple of months because I don't want to fuck up the name.
Bob?
I'm not. No.
I'm not good with names, okay? You're talking to the woman.
Ice rink. I want an ice rink somewhere during all of the ceremony stuff for all the kids to play on.
Okay.
Not actually above deep water though, so that way they can't possibly break it and fall and get hurt.
Just like in a portion of the barn, just like cornered up.
Yeah, that outside though, because if one of the kids knows magic and casts something to melt the ice, I don't want water everywhere.
Yeah, water damage is pretty annoying. Aside from fire damage.
That you've already done!
I know, and I am fixing.
Didn't you also do water damage too?
No, he did control flames. Thank you very much.
But you also did water.
Shh.
You're not there.
While Diana's looking over the binder that Eurydice had, she's just gonna kind of like as she's flipping through it. So I take it Lee's gonna be your date to the wedding?
Honestly, I don't think so. He's kind of in my bad books right now.
Well, it can't be any worse than him keeping an entire secret organization from you for God knows how long, so...
He's been keeping 2/3 of my life a secret?
I stand corrected.
Because apparently I've only remembered the good stuff.
That's probably a good thing.
Yes. Okay. Apparently I've only remembered the good stuff, and the things that I haven't remembered, he considers the bad stuff. And most of that, like, I think has to do with my parents, because I barely remember them. And I don't think they're that... I don't remember them being bad. Or horrible.
Playing devil's advocate here. Did you consider the possibility there's a reason he's not telling you?
Was there a reason for him not telling me that he died the night that all the incidents happened?
Maybe because you died at the same time. You also have to understand, if those two things are correlating, I can't imagine how traumatic it was for him. And from what it sounds like, all of you grew up together. You know how much it hurt when you saw me die?
Yeah.
Imagine if we knew each other our entire lives, and then I died.
Yeah.
He's probably just as traumatized. And he remembers. You at least have the unfortunate but good luck of you don't.
But they're my memories. I still want...
No, I get that. And I'm on your side with the sense of wanting to know. But you also gotta understand, it's probably not easy for him.
Okay.
It probably terrifies him.
Yeah.
If I died and I came back...
Like you did?
Yeah, like I did, and Jacob was gone. I didn't know where he was. I didn't know if he was alive. I didn't know if I could find him. And then I got him again. Yeah, I wouldn't want him to remember what caused us to get separated in the first place. I wouldn't want him to have to relive all of that. So, my suggestion, if you want my advice,
Continue.
rather than push him and try to get him to tell you what happened or what he's keeping from you, do some research into your family from here.
Okay.
And then you can make the decision on if it's possibly safe for you to go find out, or if you start to agree in his understanding.
He didn't mention that my mom put out death warrants for all the dumbasses after I disappeared.
You know,
Because apparently they tried to kidnap me.
I'm starting to figure out why you and I got along so well despite having such different personalities.
I know.
Pot, meat, kettle, apparently.
But are you saying I have mother issues?
Eurydice, how quickly did you attach yourself to the first female friend you were able to get?
Incredibly fast. Shut up.
Yeah, mommy issues. Hello.
Shut up.
Doesn't that work both ways, though?
Yes, that's the point. Pot meet kettle. Hence why her first comment.
Anyway,
I will help with what I can, and I'm sure Redstone could possibly know stuff about your family too.
yeah,
Given how connected she is.
she is a nerd.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one.
Nerd.
No, I wasn't either.
She's a fucking nerd. Nerd. She's a fucking nerd. And no one likes
You're
her.
showing your age, sir.
And nobody likes her.
You're showing your age. That's such a
Yep.
low blow.
I know. That's awesome.
Yours goes. Anyway,
So, we can
died.
help you.
You died.
Yeah. I don't really remember it. It feels more like I passed out, and when I woke up, I was just kind of going on autopilot. But I
Don't
wasn't
do
the
that
one
again.
piloting.
Don't die ever again. It really freaked me out.
I mean, it wasn't my first intention.
Still, don't.
It wasn't your first death.
That's true. But yeah, no, I wasn't expecting to get either.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know how I'm still alive. There's still a lot that I'm
Well,
trying to sort out.
the freaky lady who possessed you
Yeah.
seemed particularly scary.
Found out who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently she's the daughter of Saloon.
Uh-huh.
And the way it got subtly hinted to me via from what I can remember when she was in my head, I think I am her.
Oh shit.
It's confusing, man. I'm rolling
You're
with
a
it.
reincarnated spirit.
Would Diana start to make that connection now? Based on
Give me a
like,
straight
hearing how-
Give me a straight intelligence check. I'll give you advantage on this one because of the information.
Thank God, because I have a +0. Oh, dope! So the first one was a 6 and the second one was a 19.
Okay. So 19 total or 19 on the die?
I have +0, man. It is
Okay.
19.
19.
Flat.
All right.
Unless you want
Kind
to add,
of.
like, history
No.
or something to
No.
it.
No. It's straight intelligence.
Then it'd be a 29.
Yeah, no, it's straight intelligence. So no,
Yeah, I
you're
can't
not
get any
really,
higher than
you're not
20,
really,
so.
you're not really
Picking up what I'm
sure.
putting down.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get a feeling, but it's nothing that's sticking.
I mean, maybe the part that's confusing me is how she knew Jacob's name.
Well, okay. The only thing I can think of is that he's reincarnated as well, and you two are soulmates, and we're always meant to be together. Because that's the vibe I get from you guys. That is why I started planning this wedding in the first place. Before I even knew you two were gonna be in a relationship, I knew you guys were gonna be in a relationship. And you would need a fabulous wedding.
You concern me sometimes.
Why? Just because I have good foresight and knowledge and... I knew this would happen.
Eurydice, she called him Jonathan.
Okay.
No one but me knew that name.
Is that his real name?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's a dead name because it was the name he used during the war.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
How did she know that?
Well,
the problem is when she said it, I don't think she was talking to him. Which is why I'm more confused.
I got nothing.
Hypothetically, let's say you're right and this is some big reincarnation bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
What does that make me? Because if I'm the reincarnated soul of the daughter of a goddess...
That makes you a badass.
I'm trying not to laugh because of the fucking comment I just saw in the chat. I mean, it would help if I knew how to control it.
Well, is it...
I didn't even know... I knew the necklace was important for something because of all the visions I kept getting. I didn't know it was gonna make me do that.
Well, then why don't you do your legend lore thing and find out more about it?
Because when I did the first time, I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, now you know more about it. So you might get more information. Isn't that how that spell works?
Technically, yeah. We need to go find Redstone. Where did Redstone go?
Why?
Because the amount of fucking supplies I'm gonna need because of how many times I'm gonna have to do this spell, apparently.
That's fair. Oh, did I tell you that I found not only the family vault, I've also found 2 mausoleums?
You found the family crypt?
Uh-huh.
There should be more than 2 in there.
Well, there's one of, like, you know, the more recent bodies and stuff, and then I think there's the other one for, like, the ancient people.
Yeah, mausoleum is like saying crypt. There's multiple bodies.
She gets that.
Yeah.
Diana's sitting here going, she knows how many leaders and kings and whatnot have been over since the thing has been the thing. Hence why Diana's confused. Why do you only remember 2 when there should have been God knows how many?
Well, maybe they reduced size. They may have cremated some of the bodies. And
how far in did you go?
Well, I didn't really want to disturb much, so I kind of just looked in a bit, checked it out, but like I didn't know.
I think if I remember correctly, because of how many there would have been, from what I remember, there was the main chamber that has the founder, and then I think a few more next to that who were the most influential of the growth of the kingdom. And I think everybody else is in a sub-level of it. Or like a back room or something. All I know is my dad told me that there's more than my eyes could see, and I don't know what he meant by that.
To be fair, I didn't want to
make you a bone.
No, to be fair, I did not want to make it that fucking big in the map.
No, hence why I'm kind of throwing the bone of there's like a secret door somewhere.
Oh yeah,
that gets you to where
exactly.
All of them are.
Yep, exactly. I just did not want to fucking make it that big.
No, that's understandable. That's why the.
But yeah, there's a lot.
This.
There's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah, you just did not see, or you didn't take the time to really look for a secret door or anything because it was like, why disturb the dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad juju.
Speaking of the vault and whatnot,
Oh, there's also this really cool library that Jacob's gonna want to see.
You should have told him that before he left.
Probably should have.
God.
Speaking of which, at this time, Jacob, where exactly did you want to teleport to in Stonehaven?
Boy. Oh boy.
Did you take an item back with you? Hypothetically speaking, because we had to skip due to people and whatnot, I imagine Jacob was smart enough to grab, like...
With a 20 intelligence? Nah, he would never think of that.
Yeah, like, I imagine you grabbed something from the guest house before you poof.
Yeah, so if that's the case, I would just teleport back into the guest house again.
Yes, and I will give you... I'll consider that associated object, so you're good.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, you managed to poof right back into the guest house.
Alright.
And what do you do now?
Because this entire time, he hasn't had his blindfold on because it's been the morning.
Yep.
So, he'll put on the blindfold and head out.
All right. And as you head out, you come out of the guest house. And where are you heading? Anywhere in particular within Stonehaven?
Big.
Sorry, I am handling things
No,
here.
no problem. No
Say it
problem.
one more time.
Anywhere in particular within Stonehaven that you are heading out to?
I mean, he would go to the main home building to figure out what the fuck he's needed for.
Okay, so you head over to Rasmuth's family home, and you get there. I assume you knock on the door, and when you knock on the door of the Yuri family home, just a few seconds later, it swings open, and there's Galar standing there, and she goes, thank God you're here. The stupid boys are up in the lab and they're making a mess. Go check on them right now. I think they need someone who's got a little bit upstairs, if you know what I mean. And that's where we're going to leave off tonight.
I don't know what they're saying. Go fix it.
Yeah. So, that is where we are going to end tonight. I hope you guys had fun watching, and I hope my players had fun tonight. Sorry we couldn't get into everything, but next week, what we are going to do is, starting next week, we are kind of going into, quote-unquote, a one-year kind of break/time skip as the party deals with things in Diana's kingdom. She has the baby, and they, try to, raise the baby up to a little bit bigger age and deal with some things. And so for the next couple weeks, what we're going to be doing is next week, we are going to be focusing on Rasmuth and the stuff happening in his family. And we'll have Rasmuth, and Jacob is going to be there. And then the rest of the party members are going to be some of Rasmuth's family, and Jacob will probably also take over one of the NPCs or so for Rasmuth's family as he so desires. Yep. So
just for Jacob because Jacob's there.
And you can do that too. You know, we're gonna have some fun with it. And then week after that, you know, we're gonna basically kind of cycle through everyone and what they're doing during this 1 year downtime, so to speak. Where the rest of the party is going to. Oh, thank you for the bits, Anghamrand. Appreciate it very much. That is awesome. So hold on.
I also love how much you chatted.
Yes, absolutely, abso-freaking-lutely. Here you go. This is what you get. Fuck yeah! All right. So yeah, the next couple weeks we're gonna have a focus on Rasmuth next week, and then we're gonna be going into each of the characters on the following weeks and kind of what they're doing, and everyone else is gonna play NPCs or family members, you know, whatever is needed during that time. And before we end, I do want to say, because you have maintained your status there, Anghamrand, I've been keeping track. Our viewer for the month is Anghamrand. So, anyone who's watching, give Anghamrand a follow. Check out whatever he's got going on. Show him some support and some love. Go ahead and, you know, put up some a whole bunch of emotes in chat to show him how much we appreciate him, because he is the viewer of the month. So thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, that'll be it for tonight. I hope everyone enjoyed, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye, everybody.